फिर से एक बार स्वागत है चैनल APTS ऑफिशियल में। सो आज हम इंग्लिश का चैप्टर 9 करेंगे जिसका नाम है भोली। टाइम वेस्ट किए बिना चैप्टर का क्वेश्चन आंसर स्टार्ट करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, व्हाई इज द भोलीज फादर वरीड अबाउट हर? आंसर है, भोली वॉज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर चिल्ड्रन. शी फेल ऑफ अ कॉट एज अ चाइल्ड, due to which her brain was slightly damaged. She learned to speak very late and used to stammer. Her face and whole body was covered with pochmarks. Thus, her father was worried about finding a good bridegroom for Bholi. Second question, for what unusual reason is Bholi sent to school? As Ramlal was a government official and the Tehslider had asked Ramlal to send his daughters to the new school in the village. Bholi was sent to school just to avoid the Tehslider, as Ramlal's wife felt that sending daughter to school would impact their marriage prospects. She did not want to send any of her daughter to school. However, Bholi, with her pockmarks face and dull brain, would not be possible to get married anyway. So Bholi parents decided to send her to school, respect and avoid the Tehsildar. Third question, does Bholi enjoy her first day at school? Yes, Bholi enjoyed her first day at school. Bholi was afraid at first. She even wept when the teacher asked her name. She just sat in a corner. She was delighted to find so many girls of her own age presented there, but the beautiful pictures of the classroom wall attract her. The gentle, kind, and loving manner of her teacher made her comfortable. She was looking forward of her new life by the time the first day ended. Thus, initially she did not enjoy it, but by the time she went home, she had liked the school. यहाँ पे मिस्टेक है. यहाँ पे फोर्थ क्वेश्चन है, does she find her teacher to be different from the people at home? Yes, Bholi finds her teacher quite different from the people at home. She had been the neglected child at home. She was never spoken to in a polite manner, but her teacher never spoke to her in a very kind way. She was never given new dresses to wear, nor her hair were made. At home she was disregarded for charming, but her teachers encouraged her to speak with confidence instead of making fun of her. Bholi found her teacher to be entirely different. She encouraged her tenderly. Her affection deeply touched Bholi's heart. And fifth question, why do Bholi's parents accept Bishamber's marriage proposal? So Bholi's parents accepted Bishamber's marriage proposal because they thought that Bholi's might never get another marriage proposal and might stay unmarried for her entire life. Bishamber was a well-to-do grocer and had not asked for any dowry. Sixth question है, why does the marriage not take place? When Bishamber saw the pockmarks on Bholi's face, he demanded 5,000 rupees from Ramlal at the time of marriage. Ramlal had no choice to pay, but Bholi refused to marry the greedy man. Thus, the marriage party was turned away. And think about it. First question है, Bholi had many apprehensions about going to school. What made her feel that she was going to a better place than her home? Bholi had many apprehensions about going to school. She had seen Lakshmi, that old cow, getting sold out The day she was going to school forced her parents to dress her nicely. She was bathed and her hair was properly done. Until then, she was not being taken care of. Her special treatment she received made her feel that she was going to a better place. And second question, how did Bholi teachers played an important role in changing the course of her life? Bholi teachers did not make fun of her stamping like others used to do. Her teacher treated her kindly and encouraged her to have confidence and be bold. She taught her to read and write and make her an independent girl who was aware of her rights. Thus, she played an important role in changing the course of her life. And third question is, why did Bholi at first agree to an unequal match, but why did she later reject the marriage? What does this tell about her? Bholi agreed to an unequal match at first because she had overheard her parents talking about the marriage proposal. Then they were concerned about her marriage and thought that this was the best proposal Bholi could get, as the man had not even asked for dowry. Later on, she rejected the marriage when the bridegroom asked for dowry after he saw the pochmarks of Bholi. This tells us that Bholi had self-respect and confidence. She was not a dumb girl. She was aware of her rights. She was able to take a brave and wise decision of her own. And fourth question, Bholi's real name is Sulekha. We are told is right at the beginning, but only in the last but one paragraph of the story is Bholi is called Sulekha again. Why do you think she is called Sulekha at the point in the story? The word Bholi means a simpleton. Throughout the story, she had been a simpleton who hardly experienced her opinion on any matter. She never took her stand. She even agrees to an unequal match for the sake of her parents. But towards the end of the story, when she sees her father pleading in front of her bridegroom of getting humiliated, she refuses to get married. After her education, Bholi was really changed to Sulekha. She is called Sulekha at the point in the story because she is now a mature and intelligent girl who is able to take her own decisions. She is aware of her rights and does not let anyone humiliate her family and talk about it. Bholi's teacher helped her to overcome social barriers by encouraging and motivating her. How do you think you can contribute towards changing the social attributes illustrated in this story? We can contribute by saying no to taking or giving dowry. We must not discriminate between a boy and a girl. Both should be equal right to education and employment. We must learn to respect those who are differently able to treat with love. Should girls be aware of their rights and assets? See them. Should girls and boys have the same rights, duties, and privileges? What are some of the ways in which society treats them differently? When we speak of human rights, do we differently between girls' rights and boys' rights? Yes, girls should definitely be aware of their rights and assert them. Girls and boys must have the same rights, duties, and privileges. People discriminate between boys and girls. Although equal in eyes of law, society treats them differently. Parents tend to spend more on the education to the society of boys as compared girls. A girl is just trained to be a polite, calm, and an expert at household courses. Girls must be aware of their rights and exercise them. They must utilize their education to preserve their self-respect. When we speak of human rights, law does not differentiate between girls' rights and boys' rights, but Dis disparity exists in the society.